is Fritz Brumder. I'm a co-founder of brandlive, and brandlive is a live video application used for product communication and social commerce.
So this came out of other work you guys were doing. Like, can you describe the story of how you came up with the idea and what happened?
So I've always had this sort of juxtaposition of video or media creation and business. And the idea actually came up through using other technology. I was on a Skype call actually with a friend of mine that had just opened a really high-end store in New York. And I was just basically talking to him as if, you know, we were two guys talking to each other just like this. And I happened to see something behind him, and I said, hey, why don't you grab that and bring it closer to the camera to tell me what it's all about. And it was nice, and I liked it, and I ended up buying this piece of clothing actually for my wife. And so that got the sort of wheels turning, like why the experience felt like just the same as if I had walked into a retail store and asked the person the same thing. So that's where the first seed was planted. My co-founder, Ben McKinley, started Cascade Web Development in 2001 and really grew that in a way that's not uncommon for web development companies. Started building their own content management system. The difference was that we stuck with it a lot longer than most other companies, such that we built a lot of IP in a code library that's well organized, and we have a lot of control over it, and therefore can meet our clients' needs on a regular basis with it. And then actually most of the idea generation came through a MBA program I started through Babson College, which is known for entrepreneurship, and they had a program that started here in Portland, primarily with Intel students, really just trying to foster entrepreneurship and entrepreneurship programs. And so I got a couple guys to work on this idea. At the time it was called V-commerce, so video commerce essentially. And we had this idea of creating a one-to-one application that would replace the retail experience, really lightweight. We wanted it to be easy to use, no downloads, so like getting away from some of the hurdles that you would have with Skype or something like that. So kind of bringing together you know, media and internet technology with a business concept and strategy, which is why I went down the path of the MBA.
Has the market caught up to you guys? It seems like you were leading the market a little bit, and now is the market more understanding of what the offering is, and more like, are you seeing more market available now?
Yeah, definitely. It's in its infancy, but it's growing for sure. I mean, in the world of I would classify it as remote collaboration. So on the like a IT person or global communications person, or even a product manager that's responsible for getting information to either end consumers or to retailers, for example, they have a budget, and usually that line item is remote collaboration. So that can be anything from like producing a video and shooting it and sending it out to everybody. It can be a conference call. It could be you know, screen sharing session, or it could be a brand live session. So we're trying to tap into something that's already existing. I don't think that the live video budget exists today. That piece of it is still kind of growing. And nor does social commerce either. Like, I think people have that on their radar, right? They're going, all right, right now we're focused on building community via our social channels, and we have like this person on our shoulder saying, like, you better get ROI on this at some point. So, you know, you're seeing things like Facebook stores and like catalog stuff, and there's lots of companies even locally here in Portland that are thinking about this kind of stuff on a regular basis. And we are too. We're trying to, Brand Live is inherently a social experience. It's the whole idea is to use a visual person, a real person, to create a interactive experience. And the idea behind that is that if you answer people's questions visually in real time, they're willing to buy faster. So we have a Facebook application that basically allows that whole experience to take place within your Facebook channel, and we've had some really positive results of that, both dollar value in terms of sales. Average order value is typically 16% higher, our customers are telling us, when they are using the Brand Live experience, and the conversion rate is a lot higher, typically 3 times what they would get on average.
What pushed you guys to pursue the bootstrapping revenue generation path as opposed to the more angel seed?
I think it's the tolerance for risk. You know, there's it's like how you personally view other people's money in the use of that. There's just like something inside of myself and I think my co-founder as well, just how Ben has grown his business, is that how you treat other people's money. Simple things like, at what stage in your life did you start to like not feel good about taking money from your parents? Like if your mom throws $20 on the table, are you like, sweet, you know? Or would you kind of feel like, you know what, I don't need that. I kind of want to do this on my own. And I was one of those people that was sort of like, I want as much of the support as I can possibly get, because I understand what my tolerance for risk isn't crazy high, but I also want to see if I can do it on my own without taking that. And so I think that's just the way that you're wired or not.
What advice do you have for somebody who's thinking about doing the startup thing?
Yeah, definitely. You know, I'm definitely a big believer in getting it out there as quick as possible, getting users and you know, money talks, so getting them to pay for it. I haven't really, the freemium version is super attractive to us from a number of users standpoint. And if, as long as you go about that in a smart way to be able to create a dialogue with those freemium users, that's great. But if somebody's got money on the line, then they're going to inherently want a dialogue with you already anyway. So if you're a, you know, product type person or a market driven person to make sure that there's a need there, then it's a good idea to ask for money, because you're going to get a better, more honest response from your customers.